Hey guys! In this video I want to show you this scene and how much time and money I invested to create it. The main goal was to create a cartoon and anime style in UE5, inspired by Studio Ghibli, composed of rivers, waterfalls, rocks, grass and different types of foliage. I therefore want to list all techniques used to have a precise idea of the economic effort and time needed to achieve this result. Subscribe to the channel for new content of this kind. Thank you very much. Let's start immediately with the rocks and all the solid objects that make up the scene. I had to work hard to find the right texture and shader to apply to these meshes, to be able to combine them in the best way with the water and the grass. I used this shader that creates a cartoon effect. As you can see, dark parts and light parts are the secret sauce to achieve a cartoon style. Here is the first marketplace asset, the cartoon style shader. It costs $15. Instead, to create the texture of the stones, I did everything with Blender, while the model is part of the Quixel Megascan library. Once was free. I'm not sure right now. This is a texture created in Blender. Let's see the creation process. As said before, the stone is downloaded from Quixel. I add it to the project and voila! Here it is. In Blender I create the texture with procedural nodes. And in Substance Painter I create additional details. Let's say 30 minutes per stone. Let's go back. Here we can see that the scene is made up of several stones. As in this case, in the river there are a lot of variants, with various textures with different colors. As in this case. So there are several stones, and the trunks also are made in the same way. Let's calculate 15 stones and do the math. Let's make it 8 hours. Okay, now let's move on the landscape. They are textures applied to the ground with the paint tool. In this way, the grass interacts with the colors of the textures, inheriting their color. In this case, I can create a small path, and in addition I create a small area with taller blades. The grass is generated on the landscape. On the channel I published a video tutorial, where I explain the entire procedure. Basically, the texture is applied to the landscape, and the blades of grass are generated on the ground, so that I can modify the color, the shade, and also create a fake shadow to make the grass stand up more. Let's say 3 hours of honest work, with the creation of all the necessary textures, such as grassy fields, ground, mud under the river, etc. Now instead, let's talk about the foliage, which creates details around the stones or other objects. Here we make an example. Even the foliage takes the color of the landscape, as you can see here. The clovers, on the other hand, are colored in a traditional way. In this case, I increased the intensity of the brush to paint many meshes in this point. I used models that cost $20, plus, let's say, 3 hours to modify the textures and their positioning. Now the river. It's a spline and can be modified in various ways. For example, in the opacity to make the water more transparent, or the direction of the river. Now I made it go in reverse, or its speed. Then instead we move on the waterfalls. This is also present in a package purchased on Feb. This is a special effect to simulate the contact of the waterfall with the river. We can see the price of $40, plus 1 hour for its implementation. Now let's see the sky. There are various types of images. They are simply skyboxes to which I can apply some sky, previously purchased on the marketplace. Like a night scene. In this case, I kept the sun low for a sunset or a sunrise scene. Here it is, for a total of $8. Now, the longest part of the process is the composition of the map. As you can see, there are various points where you can cross the river. In addition to this, the detail of each individual place must be taken care in the smallest detail, as in this case, with lots of foliage around the rocks. Clovers, grass, more foliage, trunks, other rocks, various flowers, and voila, the river. Every detail has been composed with extreme attention. You must also consider the time needed for the composition. Let's calculate 2 days of work, so 16 hours. In the composition, I considered the level design, since the scene is related to a video game. Here we are at the final result. A total of 31 hours and $83. Consider that I'm not a professional 3D artist. I hope this video could have been useful for the creation of your stylized environments, or even just for your curiosity. See you at the next video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye!